Hey guys, it's your girl Kizzy Rock here with a recording for you all today. It's not going to be too long because your girl bit her tongue on yesterday. I bit my tongue, so my tongue is hurting, and so I don't even feel like talking. But you know what? It's never about you. So obedient I am. And it's also, well, you guys know I love rain. It can rain every day for the rest of my life and I will be fine. So it's also raining. So it's a lot going on today. It's just one of those days. I'll say that. It's one of those days. But I was encouraged and inspired to make this recording for you because I can use it for myself. So I like to share with you guys things that or feelings I may be feeling at a specific time. All right, guys. So as we know, this is a complete new season that we're in. This is one for the books, honey. This is a season like no other. This is a time like no other. It's truly going to go down in history. But what I wanted to talk to you all about today was taking that leap. Taking that leap of faith. Here's the thing, guys. Yes, this is a new time. It's a new season. So that means new things, right? So many times we're in a new season, God is trying to get us to be obedient to doing new things. And right now, I think, with everything going on, with the lack of being able to travel and the lack of this and the lack of that, again, we've become content. So we got to get our spirits back up to know that, okay, God is doing something new right now. So because he's doing something new, then there's a possibility he needs me to do something new. For some of you, that may be relocating to another state. For some of you, that may be leaving a certain relationship, friendship, relationship, whatever. For some of you, that means, venturing out, new business plans, new goals, new desires, writing that book. But it's something new. Whatever it is, if God has been prompting you to start something new, then there's a good chance that whatever it is that he's pulling you from has been weighing you down. And even if it hasn't been weighing you down, it's in that process of getting to that point. So he is nudging you, telling you that he wants all things new. And if that is you, I want to encourage you to take the leap of faith, because it's hard leaving something when you're comfortable, especially relationships. But in this season right here, it's all about energy and people being around you, all around you, everyone around you, with positive, uplifting spirits, people who can pour into you, people who you can grow with, people who you can learn from and learn together. Like, this is a season like no other. This is a season like no other. But we're being challenged so hard to make the next step, because again, Satan knows that our next blessing is on the other side of whatever it is that God is asking us to do. And as long as we choose to stay with the people who is weighing us down, as long as we stay in the environment, in the city that you may be in, where you're no longer progressing, like it doesn't serve you any longer. It doesn't mean you dislike the place, especially if it's home for you. Home is home. Home is where the heart is. But God may be calling you to something bigger. It may be time for you to go and serve something else and someone else. It's not about you. So what will happen is, if you push fear aside and you do take that leap of faith, the blessings that will be released to you will overtake you. Because for one, you're trusting God. For two, you're trusting his plan and not your plan. You're trusting his ways and not your ways. Yes, our own fleshly ways want to say, okay, let me stay here because I'm content. Let me stay here because I'm comfortable. Let me stay here because I don't know what's going on in the next couple of months with this crazy virus going on. I may be homeless. I may be jobless. I may be single. So it's all these different thoughts that comes up in our mind. And right now, in this time, we cannot depend on our own thinking in our own ways. We just can't, because this is truly a season that our ways is just not going to get us anywhere. Again, this is a spiritual room right now. We got to move in the spirit. We have to move in the spirit. So I want to encourage you guys. And I'm one who, again, I'm all about, going and chasing my dreams and my desires and picking up and just, a go-getter mindset. So I'm not one to really get too content, especially in relationships when it no longer serves me. I'm out. You know what I mean? So I'm one who don't really drag my feet when it comes to my goals, my desires, my respect, things of that nature. But during this time with everything going on, I find it a little more difficult. I kind of find it where I feel more safe and comfortable with just where I am, my own thoughts right now. Because again, there's so much uncertainty that I find myself trying to figure things out on my own or trust my own thinking. Well, how can I trust my own thinking if we're in a spiritual room right now? We're not in a fleshly room right now. Probably never is, if we're going to be honest. But I can't trust my own thoughts and my own thinking right now because, I feel stagnant. I feel stuck. And I think a lot of us, most people who I've conversed with, a lot of people feel stuck right now. It's kind of like, I'm not going backwards, but I'm not going forward. I'm kind of almost afraid to take a step because I just don't know. But I feel like God is telling me to do something, but I just don't see how I can do it. I feel like God is telling me to do something, but is that really his voice or Satan's voice? Like, I just feel like there's more, but I don't know how to get there. It's like this feeling of uncertainty. And if you're feeling that, then I encourage you to really fast, to really pray, to really get in a place of isolation so you can hear God. But I'm going to tell you more than anything how you really know that it's God. This phone and this email do not stop. I keep forgetting to turn off my notifications. I'm sorry, guys. How you know that it's really God is it keeps coming back to you. Even when you yourself is trying to dismiss it out of your mind. Like, it keeps coming back to you. But most importantly, it has to line up with the word of God. Somebody's telling you to come somewhere and get into some scheme, some illegal scheme, then that's not from God. I don't care what type of money, financial difficulties that you're having, that's not from God. But again, if it's something that has been coming back to you over and over, something's coming back now from 5 years ago, from last year, God told you to write that book 6 years ago, and now it keeps pressing on you. You have to be obedient, because see, what we're in right now is we're in a season where grace is going to cover the next shift, going to cover you to the next shift. So whatever it is that you attempt to do right now, the grace is going to carry you through. And there's a window. So you got to be very, very careful about obedience. Like right now, I don't feel like any of the things that I'm about to do in the next couple of weeks. I don't physically feel like it. Let me say that. I don't physically feel like it. But I know that I'm working in a place of obedience. And because I'm working in a place of obedience, I know that my blessings is going to be abundant on the other side. I know that doors are going to be open that could never be open if I decide to sit and not move in this window. So I have to put my fears aside. I have to put my physical aside, I'm drained from work. Work is very stressful right now, so I'm drained. So I just rather just go and sit down and have a glass of wine and relax my nerves. But that's not what I'm being told in this season right now. I got to move while I got the grace covering me. I got to move during this window. So I'm encouraging you guys, like, if there's something that you need to be doing, again, that can be so many things. Leaving that relationship, writing that book, starting that business plan, relocate to a new state, leave some family members behind who is just sometimes the worst. We love family, but sometimes again, family can be the worst. And got to learn to love people from a distance. Pray behind the scenes. You never, ever, 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 ever turn your back on family. But if it's draining you emotionally and taking a toll on you and stunting your growth, you have to learn to love from a distance. That means you always have their back. When it's healthy, when they call, you got them. But you don't have to be talking to someone every day and going to every single family event when you know it's just full of toxins, drama, and nonsense. Place yourself around some people who can really, who can really lift your spirit. So guys, I'm trying to pour into you, but I really need you guys to pour into me right now. But I'll tell you this right here. One thing for sure is this. I don't care how drained I am, how tired I am. When God says move, I move. When God says move, I move because I know what's on the other side of that move. So you guys have a great one. It's your girl, Kizzy Rock. And I just hope that I can encourage at least one of you guys today. Be strong. Keep pushing. I know it's not easy, but you got this. Think about all the other times God has bailed you out. Think about all the other times you were stressed, tired, and had a lot of uncertainty, and God came through. So just get connected. Stay filled up. You got it. And that's where I was really lacking at. And that's why I am feeling drained and overwhelmed this week. Because I wasn't plugged in as much as I normally should. And plug-in is different for different people. Some people it's going to church. Some people it's all gospel. For me, it's just being around my small team, who are all people of inspiration and positivity, that's listening to positive messages on YouTube. Of course, that's listening to some selected spiritual leaders. I'm not churchy, holy, sanctified. That I'm just not that girl. But I'll tell you this, nobody, and I mean nobody, comes between me and my Lord, or before me and my Lord, my Savior, Jesus Christ, honey. That's me. I'm not trying to push God on you, but that's what works for me. So I had to plug myself back in. And once I plugged myself back in, because I've been pouring out to people all week, once I plugged myself back in, now my spirit is getting back lifted. I'm feeling that energy coming back. I'm getting ready, and it's like, okay, it's time to move, girl. It's time to move. Well, you guys have a great one. Enjoy your, what is today? Tuesday? Enjoy your Tuesday. And you guys be safe out here.